I can't wait to share with you this very special gift that I have. I can read your face. I can know what you're thinking, what your health looks like, and so much more. But it's really not that much of a gift. It's an ancient art of face reading that Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, so many systems of medicine believed in to get an accurate sense of what was going on with their patient. And it's something you can do too if you're wondering, am I really healthy? What's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? Well, your face actually has some clues. So I've got this lovely volunteer here. Jennifer, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
We are going to actually practice this skill by reading her face. So here's what you need to know at first. The face is actually divided into a couple of different zones. We have the upper, the middle, and the lower thirds. Actually, believe it or not, plastic surgeons think about the face that way too, but we divide the face up that way, and each section of the face represents different organ systems. And here's the kicker: in Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine, those organ systems are tied to how you feel, your emotions. So believe it or not, right through here, let's start in the upper third. Right through the upper third here, the forehead, sort of this outer edge of the forehead, has to do with the small intestine. So if you're having a lot of digestive issues, leaky gut, some of those type of symptoms, sometimes you could see it right through the upper forehead. And if you don't know about leaky gut, check out my video all about leaky gut right here. Now, moving on down, we know that there are certain acupuncture points in this upper third that really correspond to how we feel. So for many people, they get migraine headaches. Well, those correspond to the gallbladder points, which sit right here in this upper third. In addition to that, anger, which sits in the liver, is represented right between the eyebrows here. Now, I know Jennifer, and I know she's not an angry person, but take a look at this area between her eyebrows. No anger at all. Take a look at mine. Got a little bit going on there. So anyhow, but the liver sits here, the small intestine, your gallbladder is right in this area in particular. You can learn so much by looking closely at the upper third of your face. Well, let's move on down to the eye area. Again, the eyes tell us a lot. They're the window to the soul, according to Shakespeare. But the areas that we're looking at, we're looking right under the eyes. This is a kidney area. How are you assimilating fluids? Do you have the right electrolytes on board? Are you eating the right foods for you? Because if you're not, you'll see kind of an inflammatory response right there. So the eyes tell us a lot about the kidney, and they tell us a little bit about the respiratory system as well. But as we descend into the middle thirds, it's really your nose and cheeks that are your key respiratory organs, or the areas of the face that really correspond to the respiratory system. So for example, people with a lot of allergies and asthma, you'll see a lot of ruddiness through the nose, and again, right in these upper cheeks here. People that are having issues with maybe breathing at night, not getting deep restorative sleep and not getting a full breath of oxygen in, will see changes to this area in particular. That's why you'll see people that maybe go out all night, right, and have alcohol and things like that, wake up super red and puffy through the kidney, through the nose, and right here in the cheeks, because they have sort of impacted their electrolyte balance, their respiratory status, and so much more. All right, so I'm going to review just to make sure you guys are tracking. So we have small intestine, gallbladder, liver, coming down into the respiratory system, lungs. When we get to this outer area of the cheek, that's again a digestive sign. So for those of you who might be getting more like acne right up here in the outer area of the cheek, well, that's also a sign that you might be having some digestive issues. All right, as we descend down, this area right above the lip and right below the chin is thought to be associated with the heart. So those of you that have a lot of anxiety or depression, we'll see changes right through there in terms of color, texture, and even just the overall look there. So again, that tells us a lot about your emotional state. So one of the reasons Eastern practitioners loved face reading is because they could really assess not just the physical state of a patient, but the emotional state of a patient as well. Because remember, the two live together and intersect and really impact how we feel. All right, let's see if we can learn anything else from the face now. Around the mouth, we also get some digestive clues. Jennifer looks really healthy for the most part. I see a little bit ruddiness kind of in the respiratory area. Around the mouth, she looks great. But again, that's a digestive area that we can again assess and see if there's anything we need to do there. All right, let's move down to the jaws. Now here's something that's interesting. I don't even know if you know this about yourself, but we can look at the structure of the jaw to understand what's happening with hormones and to also get a sense of what's happening with the gallbladder and overall muscle tension. So people that break out at the mandible of the jaw and very cystic acne or painful acne often have a hormone imbalance. They're having issues with high androgens, maybe high estrogen, high testosterone. So that's more of a hormonal conversation. People that are having more tenderness, does this hurt as I touch right through here? If you look at your face and you can see areas that are more developed than others, you're holding stress there. So Jennifer has a little bit of hypertrophy of her jaw here, so she's probably clenching and holding on to stress in those particular places. So again, she's got a relatively healthy, clear face, you know, shows, they would say this is great shen or great presence, where she kind of probably stays even most of the time. But for many people, that's not the space they or I live in. We're kind of a little bit all over the place with a lot going on, and our faces will tell that story, whether it's stress up here and wrinkling through here, whether it's deep under eye circles or puffiness under the eyes, breaking out in the upper cheeks or the outer cheeks, holding tension here, or again, a change in sort of color in the upper area of the lip or right below the lip as well. So your face holds the clue to so much about your body, and we want to use these tools as you're trying to understand what's happening to you. Maybe you're tired all the time and you don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it's coming from your gut if your face is telling you that. Maybe you're dehydrated and that's the reason you crave sugar or salt. Well, look at your face. It can tell you exactly what's going on. And then if you're having chronic allergies or issues and you're not quite sure, again, your face can give you some of those clues. So face reading is something that's not inaccessible for you. Check it out. Look at my maps and diagrams and start to kind of get your head around this so that you understand your very own face. Now, remember, I post new videos every week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to be a volunteer for our next face reading session, comment below. We'll get you on camera and maybe I can read your face.